Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Okay! Welcome to FMLFPL Milan.
It's Walsh.
How are we, bud?
Ready to pod. Game week 37.
This is such a weird pod.
Yeah, well, there's just fucking so many games. It's so annoying.
Yeah, every question, I was going through Discord, all the questions, I was like, can you ask on Thursday? Can you ask on Thursday? So what we're going to do is also pod on Thursday night like we always do for Patreon, except release that as a normal pod because that's the real like Game Week 38 pod. And then Monday is going to be the post-mortem. Last part of the season, then we'll do a cheeky little Friday Night Life on Thursday just to, for the real heads. But yeah, so not many episodes left, dude.
Yeah, no, I think it sounds like 4, something like that.
Yeah,
3 or 4.
This is number 4. Yeah.
I think it'll be fun to do the post-mortem because I think people probably like have thoughts or responses to things that we talk about in there, so that would be cool to hear some of that and then do that. We'll do that as a My Life behind the scenes My Life about that. That should be fun. Yeah,
because also on the postmortem there's always stuff where we're like basically theorizing live, maybe this was the thing, but it'll give us a little time to sort of like look into some of those and be like,
or other people to look into it and tell us, like,
that would be ideal. Yeah.
It's actually
you can say this every year and it's really stupid. Yeah. So we'll see. But this week is about halfway done. We don't have points. So that sucks.
Who has points? No one has. Only Leicester players got points this game week.
Well, yeah, I was looking at some numbers because I was dumbfounded by the top 10K numbers. Just 39.7% capped Rich. 75.8% owned him.
Wow.
So once again, we're just way off the mark, but a lot of them are free hit. A lot of them are free hit. So the no chip, which is the majority of the top 10K average, is 31.8. So kind of like our ballpark plus a little. But the free hit, which is 38% of the top 10K, is 55.9. So they just hit on the Leicester, they hit on Rich, and that's all she wrote, basically. Yeah.
God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
Rich is... I don't even know how to like decompress and look at the Rich because they got a fucking red card in 10 minutes. Like, how did he get points? Like that game was everything we thought it would be, sort of, just like a fucking mess. Yeah. He still walks away with like a pen and, just a lucky, weird thing. I don't know. Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. It's a really, really bizarre game. The only good thing from that game is I made tons of units on Brentford because they're the better team and won. So I'm on fucking, what am I on? 27, but I'm minus 4, so I'm on 23.
Yeah, I have like 20.
And you're on 20 with the hit. Yeah, so
what are we talking about here?
My hit was good at least. So I did Laporte and Foster out for Dean and Pickford. So I'm already +1 on the hit, and then Pickford has a game to play. So at least I did something right.
And Dean plays again too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Dean plays again too. So I'm good there. And we both capped Coutinho, blanked the first game, but I probably would have capped Son anyway if I didn't cap Coutinho and he blanked too. Yeah. So I'm not even mad about that.
Yeah.
There's no world where I would have capped Kane over Son. And once Mo was injured, Son was the easy pick. So whatever,
Yeah. And I think on the Leicester explosion, it's the Watford game obviously was the targetable one, and then it just still comes back to, we don't know who's playing. So if you're on free hit, that puts you in a completely different category, I think, right? Yeah. Which, it sounds like most of the people who had the Leicester players were on free hit.
Yeah.
Who's going to play in the second half? The Chelsea game, we don't know who's going to play. Game week 38, we don't know. It's just,
Yeah, the number was 38.3 was the free hit percent in the top 10K and 38.3% own Matto. So I don't know if it's exactly 1-to-1, but a lot of it. Yeah, and only 17% on Vardy. So again, it's probably like mostly free hitters with a couple other, randos. But yeah, I mean, we both really liked Vardy, but we were just unsure. I remember one of the questions was like, what sub like Kulu mid or whatever the fuck, and we said like, yeah, Harvey or Matto, just don't know who are going to play because they're doubling and they have Watford, but turns out both of them was the answer. But yeah, I mean, we both still have a lot of guys left and no idea what's going to happen with Liverpool, but I imagine I'm going to get at least one, if not two auto subs. So there's still a lot to go.
Yep.
Yeah, no league updates for all of the normal reasons this season. This fucking fucked season.
This is a really short week. I mean, there's a 3-game month. I mean,
yeah, I know. Good opportunity for a mug. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, who's looking? Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of high scores in there, so
yeah, I'm sure.
We'll see. All right, so aforementioned, there's no questions on this episode. I took 2 questions, so really it's just we can talk about whatever we want.
The games were just really like fucked up, honestly. There
were some crazy fun games too.
Yeah, but I just felt in general like the games were fucked up. Yeah. I don't know. It's so weird when it gets to the last couple of game weeks of the season where it's just some teams have nothing to play for and some teams just like. I mean, you watch the Watford over the last couple games. I mean, they don't even get shot like attempts, really, barely. I mean, they just like don't play. And I don't know, just you have these just weird games that are just kind of like, what's happening?
Well, the
like,
weirdest
feels like a
thing,
dystopian world or something.
Yeah, the weirdest thing about the Watford game is that they got a lot of chances.
Yeah,
they like legitimately could have been up 2-0, and then. When Leicester just started sort of like passing the ball forward, Watford just had like 2 fewer defenders than they should have on like every counter. It was a joke. And also Foster, dude.
Yeah.
Why does he ever play anymore?
I don't know.
He's the worst keeper.
Bachman's not good either, but he's so bad.
At least Bachman like is an international and like could maybe do something good. I just like
Foster is so far and away the worst keeper in the league. And he just plays every game. He costs them so many goals conceded just individually. Like a decent keeper would save these.
Yes, absolutely.
He keeps getting picked. I don't know why.
Yeah, so he's a fucking joke. They're a fucking joke. Pretty much every Leicester goal was like completely unmarked calamity at the back. Yeah. Just complete mockery. So it
was ridiculous.
Yeah, good for the people who went for Leicester. And Vardy. I've said it before. I'll say it again. Premier League legend Jamie Vardy. He's just like a fucking machine. That guy.
Yeah, I mean Leicester are interesting because I was like trying to think about them a little bit more. I mean, it did really bear out. Same with West Ham, other than Bowen, which was I think just more of like an anomaly than anything. But the teams were so severely affected by Thursday this year.
And Leicester in particular, injuries.
Yeah, they had the injuries at the back. They had injuries at the back, but just in terms of the performances and the FPL picks, I think like they, West Ham did their thing, but like kind of playing tight defense and countering, but they only have like 8 cleans this year, dude. I was looking because we were talking about them in Discord a little bit earlier today, and I like looked up. They only have 8. Like that is so bad.
Especially with the style that they play.
Yeah. I mean, Cresswell, like he has 114 points as their most, and he missed a bunch of time and shit. And they did have some injuries to send. They had a lot of defensive injuries also, but it's not I don't think a coincidence that these two teams got a lot of injuries when they suddenly have a lot more games, a lot more travel, True. I mean, those things just kind of happened together. But I mean, Leicester. Yeah, it's just, I don't know. I mean, maybe this is like more for next year or whatever, but those teams that play on Thursday, because those are the kind of things I always think about, like, like early kickoff, like stuff like, does it actually really matter? And, I think for this, it actually does really matter.
Yeah,
like the Thursday, because the teams that play on Thursday are the ones that are less equipped. Like the Champions League doesn't matter because it's an extra day and they are equipped for it with the bigger squad. Like, Chelsea, they are good FPL picks up and down every year. Yeah. City, Liverpool, whatever. But yeah, like the teams that finish in 6 or whatever, when their squad's a little bit thinner,
right? They
really do struggle to like just keep it together consistent throughout the year. But
yeah, no,
I think it's
next
year are going to be, Leicester next year though, I think are going to be really interesting because they're not going to have Europe.
They might get underpriced too.
Yeah, they might get some price deductions, but they're not going to be in Europe. We'll see what the squad looks like, but I think we want to try and remember that.
Yeah.
They did have a really bad off year, but their defenders will probably be really cheap. I don't know,
Yeah, no, I think it's a good shout. And then the other way is like, you look at the teams who are finishing 5th, 6th, 7th this year, like, Man United, they'll have a big team, probably doesn't matter that much. West Ham will be in Europe probably again. So, okay, they need to reinforce or maybe it's going to be tough. But you look at like the Arsenal squad, like that's a really thin squad. Like, if they don't add several pieces and they're playing every Thursday in Europa or like outside chance of Champions League, that's tough. Like they need to add multiple players.
Yeah, they need... Assuming that, they're going to lose the strikers. They need like 8 or 9, I think, in.
Yeah, the good thing is that they only need like 1 or 2 first teamers, but they need a squad. They need depth really badly.
Yeah.
So we'll see. That's another one that's like all the Arsenal players are going to go up in price, right? All their defenders are going to be 5'5". And then we're going to be sitting here and be like, I don't know, Yeah. So that's one the opposite way, I guess. And they fucking blew it today, so.
Yeah, that was just a really disappointing showing.
They got fucking owned.
I don't think anyone really foresaw the game to be not competitive, but it was very much very much far away from competitive. Yeah. So, I guess, it's just all in Spurs' hands now.
Right. And they just have Norwich.
They need a point, right?
I think so. And they're fucking at Norwich. Best fixture imaginable.
Yeah, it's not bad. Except if Angus Guan could play spoiler.
Pookie.
Pookie and Guan show?
Come on. We're not assuming, but for me, hoping Liverpool win tomorrow is legit the best final day in like 10 plus years.
10
plus years.
Yeah, it's
like title,
it's a lot.
Top 4, like Man City,
18th.
Liverpool, Spurs, Arsenal, Everton, Burnley, Leeds, all like humongous matches. That never happens. And none of them are playing each other. So it's 7 huge matches. That's incredible.
Arsenal Everton is also just hilarious.
Oh, well, they're playing together.
We'll know a lot more after Thursday because that game against my dumb team against Everton is a huge game.
Yeah, I know. It's huge.
It's funny though. Cause,
and
Pal's
still, Burnley,
Pal's still just like, we still just play well every game, more or less. It doesn't matter. Even though he puts like Milivojevic in, it doesn't even matter. We still just play well.
Yeah.
Or fine, adequate.
Yeah.
So I think it's, even if he plays some weird combination of humans, we're still going to have a better 11 than Everton. It's not going to be close.
Yeah, no way. Yeah,
so I don't know. It'll be interesting to see like how up we are for it or what's going on that game. I don't know.
Yeah. There's no Rondon. So that's a good thing for Everton. Not gonna jumping seated 2-foot anybody, so that's huge.
Was the most wild thing of the weekend, probably.
So good,
that challenge.
So good. I asked Cole to put it in the GIF, so we'll see what it does with that.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll put it in.
Yeah, every game was crazy. Everton Brentford game was fucking crazy. West Ham City. We already talked about Watford Leicester. Leeds Brighton was fucking insane. The Gelhardt Joff with the scoop into the cross into the equalizers. It's awesome. It's awesome to have this much action in the last game week.
I don't know. This West Ham blowing that 2-0 is something.
Yeah, that hurt me.
Yeah,
Jack just can't be stopped. The
Jack.
Fucking that Antonio chance on the Dino back pass. That was like the one. That was
Antonio doesn't do goals.
Well, especially not from like 20 yards. He does 6-yard box goals.
He does tap-ins.
Yeah.
Antonio, really interesting year.
Bowen, 200 points.
Yep, easy 200. Yeah, that's what we were talking about was Bowen.
12 and 17.
Bowen started off at 6'5" price. And there was like really only a very small window of time when he was actually like in every team.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. Yeah.
It was like a month maybe. But I mean, they had such a unusual like combination of circumstances with West Ham, like both the Thursday, the fixtures, no doubles.
Yeah.
But like he's sitting there at 6'5". He's going to end the season only 0.3 more than his starting price at 6'8" and have 200 points. Like, what the fuck is that? He should be like 8.5. Like he should have gone up like 2 million over the course of the season.
In a normal season, he does.
Be in literally every team all year long. Like,
yeah, I think part of it also was just how weird the season was with the doubles. There were so many doubles, and I don't think they had any.
They had one. The one when he had the fucking huge haul.
Yeah, I don't even remember when that was, but they had. Oh yeah, it was game of 21, so it was a fucking million years ago. But end of the season, like every team had minimum one double, if not three doubles. So he became just like a non-option. They're playing Thursday, whatever. Meanwhile, game week 31, 13. Then he goes 2-2-1. Then 6 against Arsenal, 13 against Norwich, 14 against City. Like, dude is a fucking machine this year.
Yeah,
unstoppable.
Now he's going to get hiked up to 8.5.
Yeah, now he's going to be 9.5.
And he's going to be a terrible pick.
The impressive, amazing thing about him, though, compared to where these guys usually end up, who would just have the one insane years. He's +4 over his XA in terms of assists, but he's pretty much even with his XG. That's good. Yeah, he's not overperforming. He's just playing really fucking well and getting a lot of good chances.
Yeah. He just gets a lot of chances. Movement and the counters. He's there.
Yeah, in terms of repeatability, he's a lot higher on that list than like Lingard or whatever the fucking breakout guys of past seasons.
Yeah, Antonio, unbelievable this year.
What a weird year.
Also unbelievable. I mean, he started off couldn't not get 1 million points every game week, and then he just didn't get a double-digit haul. He had 3 double digits first 3 game weeks, didn't get another one the rest of the year.
Yeah, his price is also fucking fascinating to look at. Yeah. Starts 7.5, up to 8.2.
Yeah.
By game week 10.
Yeah.
And then he's 7.4 now.
Yeah. So weird. It's just so weird. It's also with him that's so unusual to me is that over the last couple seasons, we have this even though it was small sample size, every single time he was fit and starting, he was just shit points.
Yeah. He broke that trend this year.
Yeah. This year he just stopped getting points. It's he was allergic to points completely. Yeah. He still got 19 returns, which is, that's still 1 and 2, which is, zooming out okay.
Yeah, it's great.
But he seemed that doesn't feel like how he was this year.
It's also recency, right? Which always affects us. It's if he had the first half now instead of having it in the first half, we would be fucking Antonio, incredible pick. But from game week, 21, he has 4 assists and 1 goal.
That's crazy.
That's just
he's played
worthless.
All those games. Yeah.
Yeah, he started pretty much all those games.
Yeah.
Which maybe he probably shouldn't have, because he was also playing Europe, and that's probably a big factor back to the European thing. So, he needs rest. But
I mean to make this a West Ham and Leicester pod. That's
it's a weird pod. Like I said, there's no questions. There's some midweek, we don't know what's going on. Thursday's going to be the real game week 38 pod, but we did get these 2 questions. So Simple Mug said, how many shots does Son take on Sunday during his quest for the Golden Boot, and how many of said shots go in? So
what is the Golden Boot?
He's behind Mo by 1. And Mo's rolled out for tomorrow, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I think him and Virgil are rolled out tomorrow.
Him, Virgil, Fab. Yeah, it's going to be a fucking ridiculous team for Liverpool.
Yeah, probably. Son.
We got him.
Yeah, well, smart. He's probably the standout captain option this week.
There's so many good ones, though.
Are there really?
Well,
who else is good?
Kev. And then, must win.
Villa are still a competent team, but Norwich, it's definitely Norwich.
Yeah, I know. It's Norwich. It is Norwich. It's mostly Son, Kane, Son over Kane for sure.
Yeah.
We'll see who's fit for Liverpool, but Wolves are a fucking joke.
Yeah,
they're not a team.
They're a mockery.
I have no idea what Chelsea team's going to go out, but they're home Watford. So it doesn't matter who plays, really. They're going to score.
Well, it does when you have to pick a captain.
I know, but I'm saying, like, if you have any inkling or Touche says anything, like, that's a fucking captainable fixture.
Well, I mean, speaking of nothing to play for, though, that goes both ways. I mean, Chelsea, he could play fucking Ross Barkley at striker. I wouldn't be surprised.
They're playing for the American owner. I mean, your team is home Man United. That's a fucking piss take.
Yeah, but we only have 2 days off.
Oh, yeah, Thursday. And then back on Leicester, home Southampton. Ralph came out and said tomorrow's their Champions League final against Liverpool. That's their Champions League final.
He's such a psychopath.
He literally jerks it to Klopp every night. Are you kidding me?
He's been waiting 2 months for. He's like, do you know why we've been losing every game? Yeah. All we've been doing in training for the last 2 months is preparing for this game.
Yeah, he's been edging for this game, and he's ready to blow the biggest load of his fucking. He's ready to dump all over.
He said that to the press.
He literally said that. Those words came out of his fucking dumbass mouth. So how much more beachy can you get in game week 38 than our Champions League final is on Tuesday, and then Leicester have them at home. Like, Vardy could just hat trick easy. That could be repeat of 9-0. Like, that's a joke. Southampton have been the worst team in the league since January, basically. They have their Champions League final tomorrow, and then Leicester have them at home on game week 38. It's just Vardy, Matto, Barnes show all over again. So I think there are a lot of gaps.
Okay.
Yeah, and I guess depending on, like, if you want to gain or, stay the course is whether you go Son or you go to one of these other guys.
Yeah, fair enough. All right.
Yeah. But to answer Mug's question, I mean, yeah, he's going to shoot a lot, and he's probably going to score like at least 2. You'd imagine.
Yeah, I mean, you'd imagine that game is just like a coronation. I mean, I remember I think they played Norwich on the last day like that. Didn't Kane score like 5 goals against them?
That does ring really familiar.
Like 4 years ago or something.
They also, speaking of, football heritage, there was a guy on the do you listen to Coach Home?
Yeah.
He said that Spurs' last game of the season, I think he was saying like 2016 or something, also needed to win against relegated Newcastle and lost 5-1. So there's some previous here. Yeah.
Dino could just pull a rabbit out of the hat here.
Dude, I mean, it's the time
what if Spurs lost, Arsenal won to relegate Everton? Arsenal's in.
I mean,
Arsenal got 4th. That would be crazy.
There's so much potential drama. It's like
Leeds
absolutely incredible.
I mean, that's a game that Leeds could actually win.
Yeah, they could win.
Burnley home Newcastle.
Although also kind of a derby. Remember the Billy shit.
Oh yeah, the Neil Maupay derby.
The Brenhams despise the Leeds. So okay, yeah, it was the 15-16 season. Yeah, they need to beat already relegated Newcastle away. Game week 38, and they lost 5-1. There's, anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Last day. Yeah, last day is fucking fun, though.
Man, I don't remember this game at all, but Genie braced. Mitro scored and got a red card.
For
Rolando Aaron scored for Newcastle.
Mitro was on Newcastle?
Yeah. Rolando Aaron
completely don't remember. I don't remember that at all.
Yeah. Rolando Aaron scored and Daryl Janmaat scored and Lamella scored Spurs' only goal.
I remember I loved Aaron's.
Yeah, I know. He always seemed like pretty good and just never did anything.
Yeah, Janmaat was always like the 5 million defender legend.
And that one Genie season where he just played number like 10 for Newcastle. Yeah, he was just like incredible. He was so
good. Well, it's like when he's on fucking Netherlands. Just he scores whenever he wants.
Dongs for fun. Yeah. But speaking of Man United, that's the other question we got from Bry. He said, Man United were the most beach team ever, but their new managers taking over early will be at the match. Unlike most teams, they've had a rest. Are Bruno and or Ron actual shouts?
No.
I agree.
Insane question from
Bry.
What about your fucking FA Cup win? We didn't even mention that. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I loved it so much.
Yeah,
oh
the
my
Shimcast
God.
game.
I mean, we basically watched it together.
Yeah, we were chatting.
The Simcast. Fucking
commission the statue now.
I know. I expect him to start tomorrow too. Everyone will be singing some sort of song for him, I'm sure.
He should start in front of Robbo. Robbo should play left back. He should play left forward.
Left wing. Yeah, he
put him up there.
He fucking could. Yeah, I mean, it was fucking great. It was actually a really entertaining, good game, except for extra time, obviously. It's worthless and a terrible rule. Wild game. The injuries really fucking suck though. Mo out, VVD out, and Fab was already out. So I'm just hoping that they can be fit for the Champions League, but
still a couple weeks. It sounds like everyone will be okay.
Yeah, I hope so. It was fucking great. I mean, it's like I never care about the domestic leagues at all. And then your team's in the final, so you obviously watch. I didn't watch like most of the other ones. And then you care because the players care so much, and the fans care so much, and it's a huge trophy celebration, all that. So you start to care, and it's just like really fun and really great. So good team, great manager. They're the best Liverpool team I've ever seen. They're easily better than the Champions League winning team, the Prem winning team. They're absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that by a lot. But whenever. I mean, Liverpool's always been my second team because you like them. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
And I still love the SAS year with Gerrard, with Stevie G. Like that is to me best. It wasn't perfect, but I just love that. Like, I don't know. I love what Sturridge, Suarez.
Yeah. I mean, that was
Stevie. I love that team so
much. That was
much.
my third season liking Liverpool. I started, everyone, whenever I tell people I'm a Liverpool supporter now, they're like, oh, fucking, roll their eyes like, oh, we win everything, we're the best. But part of the reason I was drawn towards them is because they're like a joke. They were a fucking joke, and they're a big team, and that resonates with every New York team I've ever liked. It's like huge market team who's also the laughing stock of the league. And I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds cool. And I liked some of their players and whatever, Well,
they were in the recent history from when you started following.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Like they were finishing 8th and shit, like when I started. And then, fucking being Liverpool and Broad, and it was like, what the fuck? And then they had that season out of nowhere, and it was like, oh my God. Team's unbelievable. Yeah. Oh, brother. But yeah, anything else you want to talk about, or is this going to be a 30-minute pod? I mean, it might be.
I think it might be a 30-minute one. I mean, we have these 4 games to come, so it's just difficult. Like it's just hard to even talk about 38 when we have 8 teams, and also not knowing which games are going to matter,
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like I want to talk about 38 badly, but it's like, okay, Everton might have nothing to play for. They might be safe. Liverpool might have nothing to play for. They might be done. The title might be done, Yeah. Like, we don't know who's going to start for Chelsea, Leicester. All that shit matters so much. Burnley is a big game. So
what do we want to have happen the rest of this week? We want
Liverpool to win. Like, any neutral should want Liverpool to win just for the drama.
What's the best thing for the Everton and the Burnley games to make it so all 3 teams are still potentially fucked? Does it even matter what the results are? I think that's still going to happen.
I think I want them both to lose.
Both to lose, so it stays where it is, and they're all 3 are within a point of each other.
Yeah, because then it would be Everton on 36, Leeds on 35, Burnley on 34, 1 game to play for each.
Yeah, that's. Good.
I mean, Burnley, I guess they can draw. That would also be acceptable because then they'd be tied with Leeds.
Same thing.
But the thing is, Leeds have a negative 38 goal differential from the Bielsa era. So
Deitch knew that was worth a point. All those games of not playing.
Yes. No, I mean, actual. Yeah. So, high drama to go.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
The other thing we were talking about I'm interested to just get your thoughts on Lage. Like, do you think he could get fired? Because I've been talking myself into it.
I don't think he's in the mix for getting fired because I think that for the most part, boards are kind of old school in the sense where we're top half, blah, blah, blah. He did fine, even though we whimpered out to the season. We're going to give him another season. That said, futures bets next season.
Yeah.
Laga out. Early
first
Laga.
First manager fired.
If they just pick up where they left off,
he'll be done by game
they're just
6.
1-4 to start the season with 2 goals scored.
They'll have 2 points by game week 8.
He's done.
Yeah.
And they're just whatever the next Portuguese man up.
I feel like he has no idea what he's doing.
It's really...
I firmly and fully believe that with every sense of my being, that he has absolutely no idea what he's doing in this league.
Yeah, I would actually like to... Maybe we could get the Tim Spears on or someone like that for Wolves talk, because I feel like it's one of the weirdest seasons ever, right? Because they start the year super attacking, possession dominant attacking team.
Don't score a single goal.
They don't score. They lose all the games, but they're putting up huge XG. They're creating chances for fucking fun, like blah, 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 blah. Fast forward 6-8 weeks later, they're just morphing in. It's like fucking Animorphs into Nuno ball. They're just turning into Nuno, and they're just a nightmare for the rest of the season. But Sa is having the best keeper season in the last 10 years or more, probably. Just overperforming insanely, and teams are underperforming shooting against them consistently, just like a voodoo weird magic year. And then, as XG does, it all comes back down to earth and regression, and they lose every fucking game to end the season.
I mean, it's like Burnley to me. It was kind of what they were playing, how they were doing things, blocking shit, getting, doing all that dumb shit.
Yeah.
But
then it regresses. Sa becomes average or maybe even below average in some of these games. They just lose most games. For the last 3 months of the season, they lost most of their games. The only teams they beat were fucking Watford, Everton, and Villa. And even the Villa game, they got their XG doubled by Villa. It was just a weird one.
Yeah. I feel like they're in such a lucky position because they just they put all these fluky points on the board in the winter months. Yeah. So that they were just never really, it was fucking joke to me whenever anyone was trying to talk about them as challenging for a European place.
That was just so ignorant. Yeah.
Yeah. But to see where they went from there, no one talks about them. Yeah. Nobody talks about how bad they are. They've been relegation form for months, and every single performance that they put out there for these months is terrible. They deserve to be losing. Yeah. They just drew at home to Norwich. Yeah. It's absolutely absurd how bad they've been, and they have good players in their team, and he just changes the team constantly. He changes the personnel constantly. Yeah. And it's they get worse. They've gotten worse as the years progress, which is insane.
Yeah, and just to put in perspective, so Emmy last season plus 7.4 on his post-shot XG. So he saved 7.5 more goals than the average keeper, right? This season, Emmy negative 5.7. It's not a sustainable thing that players just save 10 more goals than what they're supposed to. Yeah. Saw this season plus 9.7. Give good. Any of the relegation teams that historic goalkeeping season, they're probably safe, Yeah. If Watford, who are, negative the most in the league with Foster, just had that freak season, they're probably safe. So it's just a weird thing that masks, underperformance in a weird way. And it's usually not consistent with these one-off freak seasons. So yeah, I'm definitely selling hard on Wolves stock. I'm future bets next season is where I'm gonna go for it, because I'm just Wolves to get relegated, Wolves to finish bottom half, Lage first manager sacked. I'm going all in on that stuff.
Yeah, it's fucking so annoying.
It's nice I can talk about gambling because it's fucking legal now. So.
Oh yeah, because that would have really stopped us before.
Yeah, we're so fucking famous. I'm sure the feds would have kicked my door down while I'm editing. What's a unit?
What's your unit? Man.
All right, dude. I mean, yeah. So Thursday, look out for the Thursday Game Week 38 pod. We'll talk all about that and all the punts and picks and shit for 38.
Okay.
Oh fuck! I think there was an ass slap. Give me a second. Buy some time for me, Walsh, please. No. Okay. Buy some time for me while he just sips his fucking beer. That's my pod partner. How are you doing? Yeah, we got Chinmay Datar, Pete Young, Harvey Bradley. Sucks an ass get in there. 3 new signups in May is just like unprecedented. Yeah. So thank you for that.
They heard us complaining. They
heard us.
We'll throw you a little bone.
Yeah, thanks for the bone. Appreciate it. Walsh is done. Walsh is fucking done.
All I had in me was a half an hour, I guess. So.
Yeah, it's fine. Any last words?
We'll see you on Thursday.
I'll see you Thursday. Check us out at FMLfield.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLfield Sports, Patreon.com/FML. Subscribe, rate, review.